After a whole year failing to operate due to the COVID-19 virus, California's Great America couldn't have had a more successful opening night for their version of a Halloween event, Halloween Haunt. The park was pretty packed, which just goes to show made local and distant people are fans of this event. Thanks to the ride-ups, the lines did move rather quickly, but the mazes were pretty crowded the whole night. Luckily, I got on all 5 of this year's mazes, and today I'll rank the top 5 mazes at Halloween Haunt 2021. Number 5. Madame Marie's Midnight Masquerade. This year, the park decided to give this maze a massive renovation, which took the old Masquerade Manor theme and gave it a twist into the Midnight Masquerade. The props and theming definitely improved with this update, but unfortunately the scare actors weren't as good as they could be. Walking through a maze, I noticed a good amount of areas that would have been perfect scaring spots, but were just utilized for low theming. Obviously, it was still a pretty good maze, but nothing too mind-blowing or anything on that sort of line. Number 4. Backwoods. For some reason, this maze was really tripping with my mind. During the swamp portions of the maze, I thought we were outside on the second story of the amphitheater. I don't really know why this was, but there was just something I didn't notice the first time. Other than this, I really enjoyed the theming of the maze, which is honestly some of the best in the park. The scare actors also generally improved from 2019, which was a nice touch I wasn't expecting. Number 3. Wax Museum Blackout. This was the only new maze for me this year, as I never got to experience it in 2019. I ended up running here as soon as the park opened, which served its purpose and we were the first public group in the maze. Since Wax Museum still has its blackout effect, you receive a flashlight before entering the maze. The first one I grabbed was unfortunately broken, and although the second one did work, it had very low light and was about to die. Besides this factor, the rest of the maze was pretty great. I could hardly see anything during parts of the maze, which means the park accomplished their blackout goal. There was also this one part of the maze which looped around a few times, which had me very confused my first time around. But Wax Museum is definitely an acceptable maze, and I hope it doesn't go away anytime soon. Number 2. Roadkill Roadhouse. While this may have had the best scare actors, it still wasn't my favorite. I will say this had a very close contender being number 1 on the list, but after some debate I concluded that number 2 was the perfect spot. If you're not a fan of gore, you may want to skip out on this one, as there's a good amount throughout the maze. Like all the other mazes in the park, the props and scenery are great, and they really do a good job in immersing you into the environment. I did end up waiting the longest for this maze, about a half hour, but if you get a chance to experience Roadkill Roadhouse, don't skip out. Number 1. Tooth Fairy. Easily the best maze at Halloween Haunt, Tooth Fairy combines theming, a great story, strobe lights, tunnels, scares, and of course, teeth. Well, let's kind of say that I haven't already. Well, this is a short summed up response. I'd rather you all come out to CGA and experience it for yourselves, as it's truly that good. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and stay tuned for more uploads here from our coasters. Anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you in the front row.